We're talking about prayer. We're out at the world-class wedge right now, and sometimes prayer is a test. Have you ever considered this? In Psalms, looking back on Numbers chapter 13, the Bible says that God allowed what He allowed for the Israelites to test them. How did it start in Exodus? They cried out, they groaned. What a great move. When you see waves like this and you see people standing at the edge of the Pacific, you say, gosh, only God's gonna help me get to where I'm supposed to go. Nature is so much more powerful than you. And God tells them in Numbers chapter 13, I'm about to bring you into the land I have for you. They don't pay any attention. They can go and send spies, but they see the giants, they don't see what God's gonna do, and they boat themselves out of the promised land. Only Joshua and Caleb, only Moses believed that God could. What happened? An entire generation was kept out of God's best. You know how you do what you do, believing that God is gonna give you His best? You trust Him. You continue to pass the test, not by trying to do it in your own power, but by calling out on the God who can give you His power and deliver you according to His promises. God was so upset with the generation that didn't believe Him, He allowed them to wander the desert for 40 years and miss out on God's best. I can only imagine that day when Joshua and Caleb and Moses were saying, God can, and the rest of the people were saying, no, God can't. Friend, if God is giving you the opportunity to believe Him, if He's giving you the possibility of crying out to Him, that is the greatest privilege you'll ever be given. And when you come out and you see a place like this and you look at this, you say, only God could accomplish this. If He can do this, then He can do whatever He needs to do on your behalf. How about when it comes to fear versus faith, you choose faith in the face of fear, and you let God do what He promised, and you let Him deliver you. That's what prayer does for you. It ushers in heaven. If God's going to give you a test and ask you who you believe, make sure you're believing heaven, and you know by the strength of your prayer life.